The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. The wise man does at once what the fool does finally. Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. The only limit to our realization of tomorrow will be our doubts of today. The journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. The art of being wise is the art of knowing what to overlook. A wise man learns more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. The doorstep to the temple of wisdom is a knowledge of our own ignorance. Knowledge speaks, but wisdom listens. A wise man makes his own decisions. An ignorant man follows public opinion. In seeking wisdom, the first step is silence, the second listening, the third remembering, the fourth practicing, the fifth teaching others. The wise do not buy into other people's perceptions of who they are and what they should be. Patience is the companion of wisdom. The more you know, the less you need. The fool doth think he is wise, but the wise man knows himself to be a fool. The beginning of wisdom is the definition of terms. Wisdom is the reward you get for a lifetime of listening when you would rather have talked. A wise man can learn more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. To conquer oneself is a greater task than conquering others. Wise men speak because they have something to say. Fools because they have to say something. The wise are always learning, always listening. The wise man does not lay up his own treasures. The more he gives to others, the more he has for his own. The greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance. It is the illusion of knowledge. Wisdom is knowing what to do next. Virtue is doing it. He who is not a good servant will not be a good master. The wise man does not grow old, but ripens. It is the mark of an educated mind to be able to entertain a thought without accepting it. A wise man can see more from the bottom of a well than a fool can from a mountain top. The wise do not dwell on things that are out of their control. To know what you know and what you do not know, that is true knowledge. Wise men are not always silent, but they know when to be. The purpose of knowledge is action, not knowledge. Wisdom begins in wonder. He who knows does not speak. He who speaks does not know. True wisdom is less presuming than folly. The wise man doubts often and changes his mind. The fool is obstinate and doubts not. He knows all things but his own ignorance. The wise do not regret what is past. They prefer to think of the good to come. In wisdom gathered over time, I have found that every experience is a form of exploration. The greatest wisdom is seeing through appearances. The art of being wise is knowing what to overlook. To be wise and love exceeds man's might. Wisdom is not a product of schooling, but of the lifelong attempt to acquire it. A fool thinks himself to be wise, but a wise man knows himself to be a fool. It is unwise to be too sure of one's own wisdom. It is healthy to be reminded that the strongest might weaken and the wisest might err. Knowledge is knowing what to say. Wisdom is knowing when to say it. He who knows others is wise. He who knows himself is enlightened. Wisdom is the daughter of experience. A wise man learns more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. Silence is the sleep that nourishes wisdom. To attain knowledge, add things every day. To attain wisdom, remove things every day. The only true wisdom is in knowing you know nothing. Wisdom is the compass that guides us through life's challenges, helping us make sound decisions and find inner peace. In the pursuit of wisdom, one must embrace humility, for it is the foundation upon which true knowledge is built. Wisdom is not measured by the number of years lived, but by the depth of insight gained from life's experiences. The wise seek wisdom not for personal gain, but to uplift and enlighten others on their journey. Wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore, get wisdom, and with all thy getting, get understanding. For wisdom is more precious than rubies, and nothing you desire can compare with her. Listen to advice and accept discipline, and at the end you will be counted among the wise. Know also that wisdom is like honey for you. If you find it, there is a future hope for you, and your hope will not be cut off. Walk in wisdom toward outsiders, making the best use of the time. Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise but as wise, making the most of every opportunity, because the days are evil. Wisdom is the bridge that connects knowledge and compassion, enabling us to navigate the complexities of the human experience. A wise person understands that true wisdom lies not in possessing all the answers, but in asking the right questions. Wisdom is the art of balancing the mind, heart, and soul, leading to a life of harmony and fulfillment. The pursuit of wisdom is a lifelong journey, where each step taken brings us closer to the essence of our being.